Hey, Amy, what's this about suddenly resigning? I just heard from the department manager this morning that you're leaving to get married.
Sorry for getting married before you, Sarah. But there's no particular order for getting married, right?
I don't care about who gets married before who. I'm just saying that you've only been here for 2 years. You were just assigned to the new project last week. What happened?
Oh, that project? I already handed it off to Melissa.
This is so sudden. What about the work handover?
Actually, I registered my marriage yesterday. I was planning to resign next month, but after getting married, I just lost all motivation to work. So I emailed the department manager this morning about resigning immediately.
Without any notice? The team is already understaffed.
The timing just worked out this way.
You decided this just this morning?
Oh, but I did consult with him about it. He said I could quit whenever I wanted. He's such an ideal husband. I'm so happy.
Him? Who exactly did you marry?
The most wonderful man in the world.
Actually, I have questions about this husband of yours.
Sure. Want to know about my darling?
After the department manager's report, one of your colleagues showed me your social media account. The man in those photos looks exactly like my fiancé.
Oh, you saw those. I thought I had blocked you.
So you were deliberately hiding it?
Yeah, sort of. So you finally found out, huh? I thought I could hide it a bit longer.
Those photos. Some are from dates David and I went on. You were following us?
Following is such an ugly word. I just happen to see you both sometimes.
So it really is David. Why is my fiancé marrying you?
Because he chose me, isn't it obvious?
We were planning our wedding for the end of the year. He never said anything about breaking up.
You should know why without me saying it. David chose me over you, Sarah. I successfully stole my hubby from an annoying senior.
What did you say?
Are you surprised? Or are you crying because your precious fiancé was stolen by your cute junior? Come on, tell me how you're feeling right now.
We've been together since college. 8 years together. And you're telling me you stole him?
8 years is way too long. No wonder he was bored.
I'm about to lose my mind with anger at both of you. What do you mean by stole? You knew he was my fiancé and deliberately took him?
Of course. I've always loved getting back at people who annoy me. So I stole your precious fiancé.
What did I ever do to you? I can't remember doing anything to deserve this.
Really? You don't remember all those times you humiliated me in the meetings?
I only pointed out mistakes that needed correction.
Oh? You were always yelling at me. I understand being jealous of a young and cute me, but using work as an excuse to harass me was terrible.
I never harassed you. The only reason I was constantly correcting you was that you barely did your work properly.
That's not true. You were just jealous because everyone liked me better.
Everyone had to fix your mistakes. I was the only one willing to teach you.
What? I did all the work I was assigned.
Only the easy tasks you were assigned. Whenever there was anything challenging, you'd make an excuse to avoid it. And when I called you out on it, you get defensive. Trust me, I didn't enjoy having to scold you every day.
It's a senior's job to support their juniors.
It's your fault for pushing difficult work onto me. You shouldn't have given me tasks that were beyond my capabilities in the first place. That's not how professional development works. You need to learn and grow.
You're just bitter because you're getting older and I'm still young and pretty.
Excuse me?
It's all just jealousy of a cute, talented me, isn't it? An old hag like you had no business dating a CEO anyway.
David wasn't a CEO when we started dating. We built everything together.
Well, he needs someone young and fresh now that he's successful.
How long have you been seeing David? I feel foolish admitting this, but I never noticed anything between you two.
About 6 months ago, I guess. I happened to see you walking with your boyfriend one day. I was surprised to see he was quite handsome. And when I looked him up and found out he was a startup CEO, I was amazed. So I decided to steal him right away.
Oh, you researched him specifically to take him from me?
It was so easy. All I had to do was show interest in his company.
How does that lead to stealing him?
Well, isn't it annoying? An old lady like you dating such a good-looking guy when you're older than me? Plus, you were always harassing me at work, so I thought I'd teach you a lesson by stealing him.
I'm only 4 years older than you, and I've told you I never harassed you. If anything, I was the only one who still cared about you when everyone else had given up.
Nobody asked you to. You were just showing off.
I spent hours helping you with basic tasks everyone else already knew.
Nobody asked you to. Anyway, that's how it is. David and I will be happy together. Please take care of the work I left behind. I made sure to leave plenty for you, Sarah.
You deliberately left your work unfinished.
Consider it my parting gift. Have fun fixing everything, old lady.
David, what is this all about? How could you betray me, your fiancé, and marry someone else? And of all people, my junior colleague?
Oh, so Amy told you already?
You weren't even going to tell me yourself?
I was going to, eventually.
When? After the wedding photos were all over social media?
Look, I'm really sorry about all this, but her family's quite wealthy, and they offered to invest in my company.
You left me for money?
Don't say it like that. This is about business opportunities.
8 years together means nothing compared to money.
It's an important reason, isn't it? Let me ask you, could you invest hundreds of thousands in my company?
No, I couldn't. But I've supported you all this time, haven't I? We've been together since college, and I've been by your side since you started your company.
That was different. The company needs real capital now.
I worked overtime to support us while you were starting up.
Yeah, thanks for all that. Those first few years of the startup were tough. Mostly in the red. Barely making ends meet. Crazy schedules. You really helped me out.
Helped you out? I was your partner.
Come on, don't be so dramatic.
I supported our daily life, even lent you money. It was hard for me too, but I did it because I loved you. And this is how you repay me, with betrayal.
What are you so angry about? I showed my gratitude, paid back all the money, even added interest. Gave you quite a good sum, didn't I?
You think this is about money.
Isn't it? I paid everything back.
That's not the point. We were engaged, planning to get married at the end of the year. We were supposed to meet each other's parents soon. I even submitted my resignation notice because of our marriage plans.
Huh? You did?
Are you serious? We talked about this for months.
Did we?
You asked me to, remember? You wanted me to be a stay-at-home wife to support you. It was a tough decision to give up my career, but I thought it would be worth it for the person I love. I've already submitted my resignation.
Really? Did I say that? I don't remember at all.
We looked at houses together last month. We talked about having children.
Oh yeah. Well, that was before I met Amy's family.
What am I supposed to do now? What do I tell my parents and friends who were so happy about our engagement? The company has already accepted my resignation. I can't take it back.
Not my problem. Just grovel to the company and ask them to let you stay if you have to.
You're the one who insisted I resign.
Well, plans change. Figure something out.
Don't make it sound so simple. They've already started recruiting my replacement, and I've begun the handover process. At this rate, I'll have to quit and try to get rehired as a part-timer.
Wow, part-time? That's rough. Over 30, lost a fiancé and your career. Your life is pretty much over, huh?
You helped plan all of this. We made these decisions together.
Look, Amy's family can provide what I need right now.
Who do you think is responsible for this? You've completely ruined my life.
You're exaggerating. It's just business.
Just business. We were planning our future together.
Come on, don't be so angry. I'll pay you some compensation for breaking off the engagement. See you around.
You think you can just pay me off?
What else do you want? Money solves everything.
I want the last 8 years of my life back.
That's impossible. Just take the money and move on.
Did any of it mean anything to you?
Look, you were great when I was starting out, but I need someone with connections now.
So I was just convenient until something better came along?
Business is business. Don't take it personally.
I'm shocked. I never expected to run into you here. Why are you even at this wedding? Oh, you were invited to this wedding too, Amy? Of course I was invited. I'm here with my successful husband. I see you haven't changed. Yes, my husband and I are both attending. Oh, I must say the department manager is too generous. She really shouldn't invite such unlucky people to her wedding. Unlucky? You know what I mean. It's bad luck to have someone like you here. Excuse me? Well, you're the pathetic woman who had her fiancé stolen by a junior colleague. If it were me, I wouldn't want someone like that at my wedding. I don't know what the department manager was thinking inviting you. Funny, I was wondering why you're here. You quit a year ago. The department manager wouldn't normally invite an ex-employee. Things are different for me. I'm a CEO's wife now. Is that the only identity you've got left now? Actually, David and I were invited by the groom. Oh, really? You sound surprised. Did you think we weren't important enough? I'm just curious about the connection. Yes, the groom is also a CEO, and he knows David through business. And since the bride is my former department manager, we decided to attend as a couple. That's right, I heard the groom is taking over his family's company after the wedding. I had no idea he knew David. David knows all the important people now. We're always attending fancy parties. How nice for you. This is exactly what a CEO's wedding should be like. It's so luxurious and beautiful. I've been looking forward to it. But running into Sarah here ruins everything. A part-timer like you should just go home. You seem very confident about my employment status. Everyone knows what happened to you. Excuse me? David told me everything about what happened a year ago. You had already submitted your resignation notice, right? And you couldn't take it back, so you had to be rehired as a part-timer. Lost your career and your man. Ooh, what a pitiful old woman you've become. Ugh. You seem quite interested in my career. I just love how things turned out. You were so proud at work, always acting superior. Well, these kinds of events are usually only for full-time employees. How shameless of you to show up at such a fancy wedding. What business does a part-time old hag have at the department manager's wedding? You must have come to the wrong place. Go home. As a board member, I need to congratulate my employee. I've even been asked to give a speech at the wedding, so I don't need to leave. What? Board member? You're lying. Why would I lie? What do you mean? You're supposed to be a part-timer. How could you possibly be a board member? What do you mean by that? You're right, I could have ended up as a part-timer. They'd already hired my replacement, and I'd done more than half the handover. But the department manager saved me. The department manager? She was there when I needed help the most. What do you mean she saved you? After everything that happened, I immediately went to the department manager to beg for my resignation to be withdrawn. It was embarrassing, but I explained about the broken engagement. She was incredibly supportive and fought for me with upper management to get my resignation withdrawn. That's impossible! I heard our company never allows resignation withdrawals. There's an interesting story about that, actually. What story? Actually, your sudden departure helped. The company was in a tough spot because you left so abruptly. They decided to use my replacement to fill your position instead. That's how I was able to stay. What? I hate that you're saying that I helped you somehow. Life has a funny way of working out, doesn't it? This isn't how things were supposed to go. Thanks to many people's help, I managed to keep my career. But then, the department manager faced her own crisis. She was struggling to continue working while caring for her elderly parents. So, wanting to repay her kindness, I threw myself into implementing workplace reforms. That effort got recognized, and now I'm a company executive. Executive? That's an incredible promotion. Quite a change from the part-timer you imagined, isn't it? But how? It's only been a year. I'd always wanted to reform our company's work practices. While our company offers good pay and interesting work, it was really difficult to take extended leave for caregiving or childcare. We were losing talented employees because of it, which hurt the company. So, I created an environment where everyone could work efficiently while maintaining their work-life balance. You did all that in just 1 year? When you focus on work instead of stealing people's fiancés, it's amazing what you can accomplish. That's... I had to move quickly. We might have lost the department manager otherwise. I worked incredibly hard. While she was on extended care leave, I was promoted to executive. By the time she returned, I apologize, but I had become her superior. What? Quite a shock, isn't it? This can't be true. But the department manager is such a generous person. She didn't care about the hierarchy at all. She was genuinely happy for me, saying, "Thank you for working so hard for the company. Now that everything has settled down, she's finally getting married. It's wonderful to see someone who's helped you so much find happiness." I can't believe you became such a high-ranking executive. I was planning to mock you as a pathetic old woman, but life rarely goes as planned, doesn't it? This isn't fair. I'm supposed to be the successful one. Oh, feel free to mock me if you want. However, the department manager and I are quite close now, both professionally and personally. I've also become good friends with her fiancé, James, too. Really? By mocking me, you're insulting the friend of the bride. As David's wife, you should understand your position and choose your words carefully. Well... Now, let's both enjoy the wedding. We should properly celebrate this wonderful couple.
Please, Sarah, help us convince the bride. We're about to get kicked out of the wedding venue.
You're messaging me for help now?
Please, it's urgent.
What, getting kicked out by the bride? What did you do?
This is all a misunderstanding.
Really? What kind of misunderstanding?
We didn't do anything. But, well, you're close with the bride and groom, right? And they know about our broken engagement.
Yes, they know everything.
Everything?
Yes, I told them everything when I asked to withdraw my resignation. The department manager cried for me as if it had happened to her.
That's why she's acting this way.
What do you mean?
We were invited by the groom, so the bride didn't know we would be here. When she found out we were here, she said she doesn't want to see our faces and wants us to leave.
I see the problem.
Can't you talk to her, for old time's sake?
Old time's sake? That's interesting coming from you.
Please, Sarah, I really need to stay at this wedding. She's adamant that she wants us out.
I can't believe she said that for me.
The groom says that since she's supposed to be the star of the wedding, he wants to prioritize her wishes. He asked if we could both leave and let them celebrate in peace.
Oh, even the groom wants you to leave? I thought he invited you.
He did, but his bride is more important right now.
I see. Well, if both the bride and groom are asking, you'll have to leave.
What?
You heard me.
Just like that? You won't even try to help?
Goodbye, David. Don't worry, I'll pass on your congratulations to the newlyweds.
It can't be that simple. I've staked my company's future on today's wedding. I absolutely cannot leave. I need the groom to introduce me to other guests.
What?
Please, you have to understand.
So this wedding is just a business opportunity for you?
The truth is, my company's starting to fail. We launched a new venture this year, but it was a massive failure. The banks might stop our loans, and I desperately need to make connections for funding.
So that's why you came to the wedding.
It's not just that. I really respect the groom.
Really? How long have you known him?
Of course I want to congratulate them too. The groom has given me lots of business advice and helped me many times. I genuinely want to celebrate their marriage. But I also want him to introduce me to other guests. His family's company is huge, with lots of valuable connections.
Using someone's wedding for networking. How typical of you.
What's wrong with that? Everyone does it.
You don't need to make connections here. You have a wealthy wife, don't you? If you're struggling with funding, just ask her family.
I can't. They stopped helping us.
Oh?
They refused to give any more money.
Oh, really?
They've already provided nearly $800,000 in support. We could start the new venture thanks to their help.
That's quite a sum to lose.
The venture had potential. It just didn't work out as planned.
But that venture failed spectacularly. No wonder they don't want to provide more support, even if you're the daughter's husband.
You don't understand how serious this is.
I understand perfectly.
Please help us. I can't miss this opportunity. Please convince the bride to let us stay.
I respectfully decline.
What?
Did I stutter?
After everything we've been through?
I believe guests should help make the main character stay special. So I absolutely won't help with anything that upsets him. Now, the exit is that way. Please leave.
Sarah, please, for old time's sake.
You already tried that line. It didn't work then either.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Goodbye, David. I hope you find the funding you need somewhere else. Please, Sarah, won't you do business with David's company? Excuse me? I know I'm the last person who should ask you for help. You're right about that. But please, we really need your help. What brought this on? Please help us. David's company is in serious trouble. After we got kicked out of the wedding, he came home with such a serious face and confessed about the company's losses. The new venture has put us nearly $1 million in the red. Oh, so he finally told you, too. You knew about this? David mentioned it at the wedding. I had no idea it was this bad. I knew things weren't going well lately, but he says the company will go bankrupt at this rate. That must be quite a shock for you. My family has already refused to help anymore. I heard about that too. That's why I'm begging you. Please help David's company. Give us some work, some good business deals, anything. What a vague request. I know we don't deserve your help. You certainly don't. But you're our last hope. You wouldn't want David's company to go bankrupt either, right? I heard you supported him from the very beginning. You wouldn't want to see a company with such memories fail, would you? Well, I do have mixed feelings about it. Then please help, for old time's sake. Interesting how both you and David tried to use old times when you need something. So please help David's company. You're in such an important position now.
It would be easy for you to give us some work, right?
Well,
You could save us all with just one contract.
I could, technically. But because of my position, it's absolutely impossible. I will never do business with David's company.
Why not? David would work hard at any job you give him.
Like he worked hard at being faithful?
That's different. This is business.
I refuse to work with people who casually betray others and abandon their fiancés, especially those who show no remorse. So, while I appreciate the business inquiry, I must decline. But there's more.
More?
Besides, the CEO's wife is also quite problematic. She's the one who stole someone's fiancé, was an arrogant junior employee, and left behind mountains of unfinished work that was incredibly difficult to handle. Just having such a CEO's wife makes the company untrustworthy.
That was in the past.
The past shapes the present.
I've changed. I understand now how serious this is.
Only because you're in trouble.
About that, I never thought things would turn out like this.
Of course not. You thought you'd live happily ever after with your stolen CEO.
I know I was wrong.
Do you? Or are you just saying that because you need help?
Please, we're desperate.
I never thought I'd be betrayed by my junior colleague and fiancé either. But look how far I've climbed since then. I'm sure you two can manage somehow too. I can't help you, but good luck working together.
Sarah, please, I'll do anything.
Anything except turn back time and undo your betrayal.
We'll lose everything.
Sometimes that's what it takes to learn valuable lessons. Sarah, did you hear about David's company? The bankruptcy? Yes, I saw the news. I heard it was even worse than they let on. What do you mean? Apparently, they had over $2 million in debt hidden from their investors. That explains why the bank stopped all loans. I heard Amy's family is furious about losing their investment. They invested quite a lot, didn't they? Nearly $800,000. All gone. They're refusing to help with the bankruptcy payments. So what's happening with them now? Amy's working multiple jobs. My friend saw her at 3 different places in one day. Really? Convenience store in the morning, waitressing in the afternoon, office cleaning at night. Quite a change from being a CEO's wife. David's working 2 jobs too. Apparently they're both working themselves to the bone. I doubt that they're getting any sleep. That must be difficult. Remember how they behaved at my wedding? Apparently that wasn't unusual for them. So their reputation caught up with them. They burned too many bridges. No one trusts them anymore. It's interesting how things work out sometimes. By the way, remember that workplace reform program you implemented? Yes. The board just approved expanding it company-wide. You're getting another promotion. Really? That's wonderful news. You deserve it. You turned your setback into an opportunity to help out others. Unlike some people who had everything handed to them and still failed. I heard Amy actually tried to apply for a job here as a part-timer. What did you tell her? That we don't hire people who abandon their work without proper handover. Karma really does come full circle, doesn't it? Indeed, success built on betrayal rarely lasts. News of David's company going bankrupt was in the news for barely a couple of days. And I heard a lot about their current lifestyle from the department manager. But it wasn't long before the media and our mutual acquaintances lost interest in gossiping about David and his wife. All I know is that David was left with substantial debt as a result of the bankruptcy. And Amy's life transformed dramatically from that of a leisurely CEO's wife to one of depression and pinching pennies. She now works multiple temp jobs and part-time positions from morning until night. I heard along the grapevine that both of them survive on just 2 hours of sleep daily as they struggle to repay their debts. Ugh. As for me, I've learned an important lesson from their experience. That I should cherish the people who have helped me along my path to success. If I ever need help in the future, I can be sure to rely on them once more.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Emily, are you okay? Sarah? Not really. I'm kind of in shock right now. I heard Jake left the house. How did you know? I haven't told anyone yet. Oh, is that so? Sorry. I must have mixed it up with a TV show I just saw recently. The show had a similar story where their husband just left. A TV show? That's oddly specific, but yeah, it's true. Jake's gone. What happened? Can you tell me more? When I woke up this morning, Jake was nowhere to be found. His clothes, his laptop, everything important just gone. He's not answering his phones or texts. I'm really worried, Sarah. That's terrible. Have you tried contacting anyone else? His friends or family? I called his company and they say he already quit. I had no idea he was even thinking about leaving his job. He quit his job too? Wow, this is serious. Do you have any idea why he might have done this? I don't know. We've been having some issues lately, but I never thought it would come to this. Issues? What kind of issues, if you don't mind me asking? Well, he's been really distant lately, always working late, barely talking to me when he's home, and I hate to say this, but I've had this gut feeling that he might be cheating. Oh, Emily, I'm so sorry you're going through this. Have you found any evidence of cheating? Nothing concrete, just a little feeling. Just little things. Mysterious texts, always guarding his phone, but I still love Jake very much. I can't believe he'd just leave like this. I understand you love him, but Emily, don't you think this might be for the best? What do you mean? Well, let's try to look on the bright side. Isn't this your chance for that divorce you've been wanting? Divorce? What are you talking about, Sarah? Come on, Emily. You and Jake have been fighting a lot lately, right? The last time we went out for drinks, you were complaining nonstop. You even said you might be better off divorcing him. I only said that because I was drunk. I didn't really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Sure, things have been tough, but I never seriously considered divorce. Are you sure about that? Because from where I'm standing, it seems like Jake's made that decision from you. I don't know. This is all happening so fast. I still can't believe he's really gone. I know it's hard, but maybe this is a blessing in disguise. You deserve better than someone who just abandoned you like this. But what if something bad happens to him? What if he's in trouble? Emily, he quit his job before disappearing. This was planned. He's not in trouble. He left you. God, when you put it like that, I feel so stupid. How did I not see this coming? Don't blame yourself. Sometimes we don't want to see the truth when it hurts. But now you need to think about it yourself. What am I supposed to do now, Sarah? I feel so lost. First things first, you need to protect yourself legally. Have you considered filing for a divorce? Divorce? It feels so final, but I guess you're right. I need to think about myself now. Exactly, and who knows? This might be the fresh start you need. There are much better guys out there for you. You really think so? Absolutely. To be honest, I never thought you two worked out from the start. Really? Why didn't you ever say anything? It really wasn't my place, but since we're being honest now, you and Jake were never a good match. Jake is an elite employee at a big company and you're, well... I'm what, Sarah? Well, you're just a temp worker who couldn't cut it in your last job. Don't you think that created a bit of an imbalance? Wow, I can't believe you'd say that. Is that really what you think of me? A failure? I didn't say you were a failure, Emily. I'm just being realistic. You quit your last job because of a workplace issue, and now you're barely getting by as a temp worker. Don't you think that might have contributed to your problems with Jake? I guess you're right. I am a failure in life. Is that why Jake got tired of me? Did he think I was a failure too? Now, don't be so hard on yourself. I'm sure that's not the only reason, but it probably didn't help. I feel so worthless right now. Maybe Jake was ready to leave me. Don't say that. Look, why don't you focus on moving forward? You should forget about Jake and look for a new happiness. If you divorce him quickly, I'm sure you'll have a much better future. You're right. I need to stop wallowing and do something. Thank you, Sarah. I'm feeling a bit better now. That's the spirit. Oh, by the way, I have some news that might cheer you up even more. What is it? Would you like to come to my wedding? Your wedding? You're getting married, Sarah? Yes, I'm sorry for announcing my marriage at a time like this, but since you're my childhood friend and I really want you to come, I think it might be a good change of pace for you. Oh wow, congratulations, Sarah! Of course I'll attend your wedding. If it's my dear childhood friend's wedding, I simply have to celebrate it. When is it? It's actually quite soon, in 2 weeks to be exact. 2 weeks? That's so soon. I had no idea you were even dating someone seriously. Well, it's been a bit of a whirlwind romance, but when you know, right? I guess so. Wow, I can't believe you're getting married. Who's the lucky guy? Oh, I'll meet him at the wedding. I want it to be a surprise. A surprise? Come on, Sarah. You can't just leave me hanging like that. At least give me a hint. Nope, no hints. Just trust me, okay? It'll be worth the wait. Now, promise me you'll file those divorce papers ASAP. I want you to come by my wedding as a free woman, ready for new adventures. Okay. I promise I'll file for divorce. It's going to be hard, but you're right. I need to move on. That's my girl. I promise my wedding will be just the distraction you need. It'll be a day full of surprises. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for being here for me, Sarah. You're a true friend. Of course. That's what friends are for. Now go file those papers. Sarah, your wedding is beautiful. I'm so happy for you, but where's the groom? I still haven't met him. Oh, he'll be here any minute. In fact, here he comes now. Wait a minute, Jake. What are you doing here?
Emily, it's been a while. Thanks for coming to our wedding today.
Your wedding? What's going on? Where are you at Sarah's wedding? And where are you dressed like the groom?
Can't you tell by my outfit? Today's mine and Sarah's wedding. Thanks for divorcing me so we can make this happen.
What did you say? So you were really betraying me? Jake, I can't believe this person you were cheating with my childhood friend Sarah.
Isn't this more interesting than a normal reveal? Well, are you surprised? Our surprise was a huge success.
Don't give me that crap. What do you mean surprise success, you idiot? Don't act all happy after betraying someone.
It's a great reaction, as expected of Sarah's idea.
Sarah, don't you have anything to say to me? Do you know how I felt when the married life I was looking forward to suddenly disappeared? I was even worried about you when you were suddenly vanished.
Who cares about the feelings of a woman I left behind? Besides, I never asked you to worry about me.
You're the worst. You can't even say a single word of apology to me. How can you act like this after betraying someone?
Actually, I feel fantastic. I managed to smoothly divorce my low-level wife. I've succeeded in changing jobs and my salary has skyrocketed. On top of that, I got a wife who's way cuter than you.
What did you say?
You know I quit my previous job, right? Actually, I was headhunted by a famous foreign company. From now on, my salary will double to $200,000 a year.
It's increasing that much at once?
Well, I'm an excellent elite employee. It's only natural for me to be offered such a salary. But with such a high-level company, I need to level up myself too. I'm sure all the employees there have high-level successful wives. So I had to level up my wife to match them.
You're lying. You couldn't seriously have abandoned me for such a stupid reason.
It's a damn important reason. I heard that in my new company, they're often home parties at the boss's house. It's normal to bring your partner to those events, but if I brought you along, I'd be embarrassed. Unlike you, Sarah's cute and a great conversationalist. I'm sure she'll be useful for my career advancement.
Wow, Jake, I can't believe you're such a horrible person. To think part of me was worried about you even after the divorce. What a waste of time and energy. I hope you're happy with Sarah.
Oh, we'll be happy, alright. Even without you saying it. Anyway, enjoy the wedding today. It's your important childhood friend's wedding after all, right?
How was the surprise? Were you shocked? I bet you were floored by this unexpected reunion. Don't mess with me. You pretended to be so sympathetic and supportive, but all along you were secretly having an affair with Jake. I was quite the actress back then, wasn't I? Jake might laugh at me, but I even pretended to be worried about you. Maybe I should try out for some acting auditions. Come to think of it, you even knew about the divorce papers. I thought it was strange, but now it all makes sense. Thanks for being so easily guided into divorcing him. Thanks to you, I can now marry him and have this wedding. So I was just being played by the both of you? You were so funny back then. Even after the divorce, you keep thinking about Jake and crying. All your worrying and crying was for nothing. He's never coming back to you. I wish I could tell my past self that there's no need to cry over such a terrible man. I'm really sorry for stealing your husband. Don't worry, though. I'll be sure to enjoy your share of the happiness. Be a darling and give us your blessing, sweetie. By all means, I hope you're happy together.
What? Have you lost your mind? There's no way you actually meant that. Don't try to act tough, you dumb loser of an ex-wife.
That's not true at all. I'm wishing for your happiness from the bottom of my heart. Lord knows you newlywed life with $300,000 of debt isn't going to be easy for you. Work hard together and be happy, okay? What? $300,000 of debt? I can never handle that kind of newlywed life, but I'm sure you two will be fine. I'll be cheering on you as your childhood friend. What's going on? What's this debt about? Jake, do you really have such a huge debt? Huh? I guess it's hard to believe when you hear it so suddenly. Stop joking around and explain quickly. What's this $300,000 in debt? It's debt Jake accumulated from failed investments. He lost a lot of money and tried to recover by using even more money. As a result, he ended up with a total debt of $300,000. You've got to be kidding. Why don't you tell me about something so important? Because I only found out after the divorce. What? Really? I had no idea Jake was into investments. Then suddenly it's divorce and he leaves me. And next thing I know, debt collection notice starts arriving. This is really too much. Why didn't you tell me right away? You should have reported something that's important immediately. At the time, I didn't know you were the other woman, so I had no obligation to tell you he was the... But we're childhood friends, and we've always told each other everything since we were little. That's true, Sarah. That's exactly why I deliberately didn't tell you anything. Huh? It was my own way of being kind by not reporting it. I was already making my parents worry because of the divorce. I thought you were worried about me too. I didn't want to make everyone worry with me even more, so I didn't tell anyone about the debt. Not my parents, not you, not anyone. Kind? Kind's the last word I'd use to describe this. You screwed me over big time. By the way, the debt is all in Jake's name. I checked multiple times, and it seems I have no obligations to pay it after the divorce, so you and Jake worked hard on repaying it together. Okay? There's no way we can repay $300,000. Well, don't think about it. Difficult things for now. Today's your wedding day after all. I'll enjoy myself for today.
Hey, what's going on, Emily? Explain to me right now.
Huh? I'm the one who needs an immediate explanation. Suddenly canceling the wedding and sending everyone home. What's gotten into you? I was looking forward to it. What's going on?
There's no way we can have a wedding in this situation. Sarah is freaking beside herself. Why did you have to tell her about my debt? How am I supposed to have a wedding with a crying bride?
Oh no, was my surprise too extreme for her?
More importantly, answer me quickly. I was sure to push all the debt onto you, so why do I have to pay it?
Huh? You left a note with the divorce papers, remember? You said you'd give up your right to property division in exchange for me agreeing to the divorce ambiguity. That means I get all of your savings due to the prenup we signed, remember? Which means the $300,000 debt went to you, and your savings went to me.
Wait, what? I didn't think that was what the note meant. I was trying to extend an olive branch, damn it. So you're entitled to all my savings now? What the hell? Wait, surely that must mean the $300,000 debt is all yours too, right? I don't have to repay anything, right?
I'm sorry, dear, but I only inherited the savings. I didn't inherit the debt you created.
Huh?
In other words, the debt is yours. Too bad. Your attempt to push into me failed. Good luck with your life of debt repayment.
What do you mean? How is it that you can take all my savings and not get a single cent of the debt? It shouldn't be possible.
Actually, it is possible. Apparently, the condition of property division on our prenup refers specifically to property, and debt, being a negative asset, isn't considered property, so it's not something I have to inherit. Do you get it now? I didn't know the details, so I got the help from a lawyer. Usually, gambling-related issues are a bit of a gray area. You see, gambling debts can be subject to property division because there's a possibility of positive returns if you win big. But in this case, you were doing it behind my back, so I was safe. Since I knew nothing about it, I don't have to inherit it.
It's not fair! God damn it! I could have just carried on gambling a little longer. I thought I could escape from the $300,000 debt. Oh man, what have I done? I just gave you all my money for nothing.
Thanks to that, I'll be able to live comfortably for a while even after the divorce. Well then, enjoy your new lives together. There's no way we can repay $300,000. I properly divided the assets. He's the one who said he'd give up his shares. Besides, I've already used it all, so I can't return it. What? What did you use it all on? I bought a small house. I decided to use all of the savings for that. What did you say? I always dreamed of living in my own house, but Jake was always so stingy, so I had to hold back. So I went ahead and bought a house. It's even more comfortable than I imagined. It's fantastic. Don't mess with me. We're in a situation worse than hell here. Why are you the only one living happily? Oh, is that so? You should know. We started getting more and more debt collection notice towards the end, and one day, the apartment owner saw them. He said that people like Jake aren't welcome to stay in his property. What are we supposed to do now? Why don't you try convincing the owner? You said you changed jobs to a foreign company with a $200,000 salary, right? Tell them that repayment will be easy so they can relax. Like hell he's on a $200,000 salary. It turned out it was all a lie, or rather, he fell for an obvious scam. I never thought Jake could be such an idiot. A scam, you say? Oh, wow, this just keeps getting better. I couldn't write something this hilarious.
Hey, wait a minute.
When he was in a daze after losing money on investments, he got a recruitment email. Apparently, he was transferred $5,000 for interview fees. You've got to be kidding. Why would the one being headhunted pay $5,000 for an interview? And since when does anyone ever pay to be interviewed? He was so preoccupied with the debt that he couldn't think straight. They told him it was normal for foreign companies based in America, and he believed it. He just went ahead and transferred the money. Seriously, Jake, is this true?
Well, I thought it was a great opportunity.
Today was supposed to be his first day at work, but when he went to the building address, there was no company there. That's when he finally realized it was a scam. So you're saying he's an unemployed man with $300,000 in debt? Your husband is in serious trouble.
Shut up! I'm your ex-husband, remember?
We became strangers the moment we divorced. I'm so glad I separated from such a terrible husband. This is infuriating. You're just a pathetic woman who was dumped by him and you're a miserable woman with $300,000 of debt. But that's okay. Don't you dare mock me. Come on, hurry up and help us out. We're in financial trouble, so lend us some money. Huh? We've been childhood friends since we can even remember. Of course you won't abandon us, right? No way, that's impossible. I have no intentions of helping you. Goodbye. What? How can you be so cold? It's okay, Sarah. I know you're shocked, but cheer up. Rather, think of this as an opportunity. Don't mess with me. How am I supposed to see this as an opportunity? Don't give such ridiculous advice to someone drowning in debt. But those are the words you said to me earlier when I was in shock about Jake leaving me. You gently encouraged me with those words. Thanks to your advice, I felt a little better back then. That's different. I was just trying to comfort you. And now I'm trying to comfort you. Isn't it funny how things work out?
This isn't funny at all. Not one bit. We're ruined.
Well, that's not my problem anymore. You two made your bed, now lie in it. Emily, please, we really need help. Can't you lend us just a little money to get started? I'm sorry, but no. You betrayed me, both of you. Why should I help you now?
Because we're family. We've known each other for years.
Family doesn't betray each other like this. You're not my family anymore. What about our friendship? Doesn't that mean anything to you? A friendship built on lies isn't a real friendship, Sarah. You pretend to comfort me while stealing my husband. That's not what friends do.
Come on, Emily. Be reasonable. We can work something out, can't we?
There's nothing to work out. The divorce is final. The debt is yours, and I've moved on. That's all there is to it. But what are we supposed to do now? We have nowhere to go. But that's for you to figure out. Maybe you can ask Jake's parents for help.
My parents? They'll kill me if they find out about this.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem to me. Good luck with that. Emily, please, we're begging you. Just a small loan to help us get back on our feet. I've already said no. My decision is final. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a new life to live.
You can't just leave us like this.
Watch me. Oh, and by the way, thanks for the memories and for the house. Goodbye and good luck with your new life together. Emily, wait. No more waiting. I've waited enough. Goodbye, Sarah. Goodbye, Jake. I truly hope you'll be happy together.
This can't be happening.
What are we going to do now, Jake?
I don't know. Maybe we should try talking to my parents after all.
Do you think they'll help us?
They're not gonna be happy, but we don't have much choice, do we?
I guess not. God, how did we end up like this?
I'm sorry, Sarah. I really messed up.
We both did, Jake. We both did. After that, I never heard from the two of them again. According to rumors, they were soon evicted from their apartment and lost their home. With no other choice, they ended up moving in with Jake's parents. Somehow, they managed to get a room in the detached house and are now both job hunting. However, Jake's pride is so high that he's been causing job placements agents a world of trouble, demanding that they quickly introduce me to a company with an annual salary for at least $100,000 with work I enjoy. As a result, As you can probably imagine, he's having trouble finding work. Last I hear, they're currently working part-time at a bar, struggling to cover living expenses and debt repayments.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.